In today's video, I will show you the new best infinite damage machine gun build in Once Human. So in this full build guide, I will give you the best weapons and gear set that you want to get. Then I will explain every single mod and show you the best override upgrades and deviants to use. And then lastly, we will take a closer look at the gameplay, so you would know the reason behind every single build choice and what exactly will give us very high damage and much more. So if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So then moving over to the build, this setup is structured around the MG4 Predator machine gun that by using the right mods will buff up our damage with each bullet. So imagine we have about 100 bullets and each one buffs our damage by 5%. So we can stack this insanely high. Plus, by using the crossbow, we will do even more damage on top of everything else. So let's start off with the weapons. And we are going to be using the MG4 Predator with the Lasting Fortification mod. This shooting amplifier mod will give us +1 fast gunner stack and +5% weapons damage per each stack. And then for our accessories, in the muzzle, we will use the hammer compensator. Then for optic, the compact reflex sight. Then for tactical, the tactical laser sight. Then for magazine, the large LMG drum mag. And lastly for ammo, the tungsten LMG ammo. Then for our second weapon, we have the recurve crossbow with the vulnerability amplifier that our bull's eye effect adds +8% vulnerability. We will usually use this crossbow at the beginning of the fight for damage increase and then switch to the LMG for insane damage. And finally, for the third melee weapon, we will be using the Frozen Northern Pike, which is currently the best melee in the game. And for our mod, we have the Frosty Blessings, which when Frost Vortex disappears, it will restore 10% of our HP. In all of my builds, the third weapon slot is up to each player. So in here, you can equip whatever best item you got, or just use the same thing that I've tested, and it has the best performance. Then next up, we have the gear. And for our helmet, we will be using the Falcon hat with the Precise Strike mod. So when we hit enemy weak spots, it will give us +15% weak spot damage for 3 seconds. And this can stack up to 3 times. Then for our mask, we have the Precise Shot mask with the Shooting Blitz mod. This is another massive mod that will give us bunch of damage because similar like for our weapon mod, this one, when we trigger the fast gunner, every time will give us +2% damage for 10 seconds. And this can stack up to 20 times. Then next, we have the Falcon gloves with the crit damage boost. This mod will give us +14% crit rate. Then for shoes, we have the boots on the ground with the covered advanced mod. So when we take no damage within 6 seconds, it will give us +20% damage for 30 seconds. Next up, we have the Falcon jacket with the crit damage boost. This mod will give us +18% crit damage. And lastly, we have the Falcon pants with the bullet siphon mod. This will give us +5% damage. And every 5 bullets consumed in the mag will give us +4% more damage, which caps at 20%. One more massive thing that we need to use specifically is the override passives. And on the right side, you can see all of them that I use. But the most important ones is the SMG damage boost, which upon a kill with a SMG will refill mag by 20% and increase your crit rate for 25% for your next 5 bullets. And then the other important passive is the weak spot chain reaction. That upon weak spot hit will have 60% trigger chance to burn the enemy. And this will give us bunch of damage, especially when fighting bosses. Then now, let's take a look at the best deviant. And as there are many choices, so this is more of a personal preference. I prefer the Lone Wolf's Whisper because he will automatically attack enemy targets and attract the aggro from nearby enemies. Also, when a target dies, it spawns a clone, which increases our weapon's damage by 27%. So overall, this is very overpowered deviant to have. And finally, the choice of food is again up to each player. I really like the Stargazy pie that gives us +20% crit damage when our energy is very high. This is a pretty expensive piece of pie to make. But if you want your damage maxed out, then this is the one for you. So in a quick summary, if you want to use a very powerful build which you can just stand still and spray and pray with your 100 bullets, then this is the setup for you. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or feedback, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. And while you are doing that, please leave a like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell. So this way you could support the channel and not miss any more amazing content. With that said, you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. So take it easy. Peace.